Friendly cowboy. God, these things are dirty. I don't know how in the F they get dirty, but they get dirty. I'm sitting under a tree. Just ate some breakfast because I just got up. And thought I'd tell y'all something a little bit. I know I've been harping about coronavirus and all these different things. That the only reason I'm ever talking about this is because they're not telling you the truth about case. It's just case studies that I read. I'm starting to get way too into this. But anyway, not the coronavirus necessarily, because I can't. I'm not a scientist or anything by no means, but I can read. And anyway, and like I said before, when I was in 4th grade, I was cleaning up. I was nearly held back because I couldn't read. Well, teachers thought I couldn't read, but I can read. I just, it's whatever I choose to read. And my dad gave me a book called The First Fast Draw. Yeah, First Fast Draw. I got 182 pages, real short, real thin book. And he told me to read it. And then from then on, I started reading all the Louis L'Amour books that he had. At that time, he had probably 80 some odd. And that got me to reading a lot more. And because I enjoyed reading stories about that, then I ended up reading all the Tarzan books, which were done by Edgar Rice Burroughs. He also wrote the Mars series, I believe, but I haven't got into those because back then I wasn't too much into sci-fi. I'd probably read them now. But there's one thing I want to tell you. I can read. I can understand the English language in a written form, and I don't know why the media constantly lies about certain things. And just the other day, about Donald Trump saying that he didn't like these people, they died and they were losers. No, he never did say that. And the press secretary came out. I just saw the video. Press secretary came out and told him, basically, all y'all quit reporting this because it's a total lie. She gave 3 or 4 different reasons why. So, but the media will still play that. The media will still use it. Really? You gotta be noisy going by my fucking car? Well, sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Anyway, so, and now he's just sitting in front. Is he, like, waiting on somebody to stop parking or stop moving? Oh, he's waiting on a car to go up? Oh, he's gonna go park in the shade, too. Ah, there you go. Smart. Anyway, so, I, was, and it might be a little bit noisy here. Let me put this down a little bit further. Okay. That's the air conditioner. Wanted to say that they kept on saying that masks help prevent the spread of the coronavirus or COVID-19. Well, I also read that in a case study that when it becomes an aerosol, which are 4 microns and smaller, and I keep on using microns because that's what they use. 4 microns and smaller droplets, as they call it. Well, those droplets are allowed to spread in a bigger area. Meters, which a meter is 3 foot. Couple meters, so you're talking, or not meter, meters, couple foot, or 3 feet, and then they always tell you to stay 6 feet away, but 4 microns or smaller, or they're just the natural moisture that's in the air that's floating around. That's how small microns are. 4 microns are also when you breathe out, when you talk in a regular voice, when you're not yelling or singing or anything like that, when you're talking. That's the microns we're talking, smaller, like breathing and talking. So, in this study, they said that it cannot stop that small of microns because it's in the air. It's part of the air. It's woofed, as they call it. Whiffed? Yeah, whiffed around in the air. I don't think I've ever used that term. And here comes another person. Here comes another person. Oh, that's not another person. That's just a noisy Mustang. He's not that noisy. Anyway, it just want to let you know that they're lying when they say that they've done studies. Mask, any type of mask, unless it's a Mark V, which is a gas mask with canisters on the spot, unless they've updated the name of that, or a OBA, oxygen breathing apparatus, which is a full mask with a hose going into a canister, or, like I said before, the bunny suit with the whole cone around your head. You always see the bioengineering suits or whatever they wear in the movies. I don't know if that's actually what it looks like in real life, but it looks kind of stupid. It looks like Gumby white. But, and it has its own air hose hooked to it, and you got to watch out so you don't tear it or whatever. But, the thing about it is that's the only thing to stop, because that's filtered air going into, or a contained air system going into a local area, all right, or not local area, or a closed off area. Now, if it is aerosol, which there's been countless reports that the COVID-19 is now considered also an aerosol. You can get it by touching surfaces, not as much, they're saying. They're saying that that's not as much as people would think. But also by the spittles, when you cough, when you sneeze, when you hack, when you talk, when you sing and all this different stuff, you could shoot out those spittles and it will get onto people and they would be to catch the virus. But now they're also saying it's an aerosol, which states that means it's just floating in the air too. So it's just like the flu, just like any other type of virus out there. Like President Trump said when it first came out, that it's just like the flu, maybe a little bit more less condensed, because how would I put it? A little bit more or less deadly as the flu. I think he didn't say deadly. I said it's less powerful than the flu. Anyway, so I'm just wondering, are they going to come out and tell you that wearing masks? Now, if you're in a close proximity of a person, yes. But if you're walking outside, driving in your car, you don't need to wear the cotton picking mask, people. I understand that people, they scare people to death, and you think you're going to die if you catch it. Even if you have the underlying conditions, it's a small amount of people that actually die from it. I'm talking small, very small. You know how many people in this country are on pills or for heart disease and diabetes and all this? There's a crap load of people. They're on, take medications, have underlying conditions that are part of their life anymore. Those people are still surviving. There's just a small amount of people that are dying from this. And they came out with that 6% of people that actually died from the COVID virus. Well, it's 6% that actually died from the COVID virus. The other ones were comorbidities, as they call them. There are underlying conditions. And most of the time with those underlying conditions, it's because it's bad. Not because you have a slight case of asthma, or because I have a slight case of asthma. I ain't afraid of this shit. When I used to mow lawns and stuff when I was growing up, I hated mowing the lawn. We had a lot of lawn to mow. But I used to mow the pasture. We had 10 acres of land. I've mowed that 10, well, we don't have it no more. But I've mowed that whole pasture, 10 acres of land, with a push lawnmower when I was a kid. We mowed it one time every year. For as long as I was there, we'd always mow it. Hell, Dad used to mow it with a riding lawnmower after I left. Damn asshole got a riding lawnmower after I left. Asshole. But anyway, still loved you, Dad. But I'm tired of them saying in the grocery stores or whatever that you need to have your mask on. It helps. Doesn't really help if it's aerosol now, and especially in grocery stores and in Walmart and in Costco and all those big areas, malls. that everybody is starting to walk around in. If you have COVID-19 and you're spreading it in the air, it's just going to stay in the air. And plus, being inside those malls and air conditioning, and also with Walmart, the air conditioning, and everywhere else that has air conditioning, that stuff's just going to float around in the air for a while. The reason why it dissipates so quickly out here is because it evaporates the 4 microns and smaller air molecules to where the virus is independent from anything else, and it just falls, it just dies. I don't know if it falls to the ground. I don't know if the virus is actually heavy enough to fall to the ground, but it dies because it gets hit by UV lights. Now, excuse me, on a recent video, I made an incorrect assumption. Well, maybe it's because I told people. Made an incorrect assumption about UV lights. It's UVC lights that are more likely to work, or that work. And I don't understand. I haven't read too much about UVC lights. I heard that it could be dangerous, could burn the skin, but that's what they use to, when they go into a sealed environment. You know, you see in the movies the guys stepping there and they got the clothing on or whatever, and this purple light comes out and hits them dead. I don't know if it's purple light, but that's what the movie show, purple, red light, and now you're virus free or bug free or whatever. Well, it's the same thing, but you can do it on a constant basis in big areas for that reason. You can create a little small area where people walk in, and if you're that afraid of the virus, it's UVC. Now, they actually have UVC lights for your house, but when you're reading the article about some of those UVC lights, they're not really, doesn't really help, because it has to be more intense, and I'm not sure what it would take to do that. See, that's part I don't understand. I'd have to read more into it, and I can tell you the gist about it, but I'm not going to go into detail. I think it has to do with strength and being able to create the UVC lights, because it takes a special light bulb. And like I said, they showed some house products that have it, but they even said that this doesn't really work in houses because it needs to be at a stronger, it has to be stronger to actually truly work to kill the virus itself, or any type of virus. It's actually good for any type of virus, but it's UVC lights. I don't know if you can go down to your local grocery store and get them. Or Home Depot or Lowe's. I don't know. Your Ace Hardware. I don't think you could go down and get them. I think you have to actually specially order them. But I did see one of the deals of Amazon had a UVC light that sits on a desk, and it's like purple color. But I don't know if that's actually true. I'm not sure. But that's something that you might have to look up yourself. Oh, little kid trip. Look at grandma and little daughter, I think. Anyway, so because today's Saturday, you don't want to make that mistake. And hey, how about I know it's a video and only my people watch it usually, but take a shout out to Tom McDonald. Look at it, People So Stupid video. Might trigger a few of you. I don't know how trigger worthy y'all are, but he talks about a lot of stuff in that video, and a lot of it's truth. Like something like, you can't get a doobie on a plane, but we can get Uzis in our school. Now, I don't think we get Uzis in our school, but I think he had to use that reference to classify a type of gun in the school for school shootings. And he talks about why is it that you call a what did you say? Not a virus. Something on Mars is alive, but a heartbeat on Earth isn't. Strange. Yeah, you should watch that. It's a song called "People So Stupid." It's a rap song, But you can understand it. You might have to, for the people that used to listen to rap all the time. Now, I didn't listen to it all the time, but I listened to Houdini when they first came out. Mike Reese, he sent that to me, or let me listen to Houdini. I used to listen to Houdini all the time around him, and I'm a hoe, I'm a hoe. I rock 3 different freaks after every show. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing the rest of it because I'm very terrible at it. And also, when MC Hammer first came out, I was in the Navy, and when Heavy D and the Boys, Kumo D came out before I was in the Navy. And then, who else was the other guy? I don't know. I was listening to dance music back then. Terrence Trent D'Arby, Wishing Well. And I always liked every other song on his album. He was just a good singer. He was a blues singer, too. He was blues, jazz, and dance music. But I liked his blues stuff. He was good. And what else? That's about it. So, please understand this, that for one, people so stupid. Look at that video. For one, that you need to stop believing more in the TV and what the TV tells you. And you people that are in the medical field, you can ask your local doctor, local nurse, all those different people. You can ask if masks help aerosol. And if you are in those fields, you should already know this, that if something is considered an aerosol, it's already in the air. So all those people that are stuck in the hospital that have COVID-19, and you bring in patients that don't have COVID-19 or haven't been tested for COVID-19, and they get COVID-19, it's a big problem. That means you're contributing to possibly their death. Now, I'm not going to say it's a great possibility, but it could be. And one more thing. Okay, I paused it for a second. I was going to try to look up something, but I don't know if my phone will let me do it. But if it does, I'm going to pause it and make another quick video. But there is a virus caused by respirators. Can't remember the name of it. God dang. Maybe I'm coming down with it. Hey, that would be great. Then I could show you that I'm still alive after all it's done. And I have a slight case of asthma. And yes, it's in my medical records. I have a slight case of asthma that I need an inhaler every once in a while. And I used to take Primatene Mist tablets when I was a kid. And I don't understand why people are so scared. Because let me tell you one thing I used to say back, or I made a video of it. Life is not precious. Life is a shit show. And if you get through it, great. If you can't, I'm sorry. But life is a shit show. It's what you leave behind. Just like that 3 wooden crosses by, oh my God. And I'm digging up bones by, anyway, it'll come to me and I'll probably say it on a later radio. But 3 wooden crosses is it's not what you do for your life. It's what others see in you. Life is always going to end. Trees die. People die. Horses die. Cats, dogs die. Everything dies. Everything will die. Hell, 1,000 years from now, none of these buildings will be around us. It'll all be dead. It'll all be gone. But what you leave behind, and the people, the ones you love, the ones that love you, that's what matters. Which means it's pretty much bad for me, because I don't know if anybody will They'll cry at my funeral. Well, I hope they don't. But anyway, God bless y'all, and try to be good to your neighbor. If you can't be good to your neighbor, be good to yourself for trying to be good to your neighbor. And, you know, help our generation figure out that this life you have to earn everything you get. And if you don't, oh well, you're going to be off to the side. And they'll forget about you. Randy Cowboy, have a good day. Bye.